There's a fine hornbill there. I don't know how best to probably bring the... How best to... so you see, if you do much photographing of them, then they want to hide. But because we saw him, and that's in honour of... I'm trying to film him in honour of David Horn. That's one of my stalkers. I'm sure he still checks in my films from time to time. So, David W. Horn, if you're out there, this one's for you. Because I know that you know that I call you the Hornbill and Zazu and things like that. So you've got a Hornbill for you here. He thinks that because I can't see, he can't see me because his eyes are there, I can't see him. But when I started talking, he knew the game was up. Owl, sitting in a pine tree. The wise old hawk owl sat in the pine instead of the oak. First he had a wine and then a bit of a smoke. The more he smoked, the more he whined. And then for his health, he forlornly pined. Tawny frogmouth. Again, you've got to try and focus in through these. So you can't see which way he's pointing his head. There's another one of them up there. There you go. Interesting, aren't they? Tawny frogmouths. Podargus strigoides. Strigoides means like an owl, doesn't it? Strix is owl in Latin. Or Greek. There's a white-faced Scops owl asleep in his tree. Oh, he's not asleep, he's just got his eyes shut. Oh, his eyes are shut, but he's still listening intently. He's like a talk radio listener. Are you listening to the Ian Lee show there? Maybe not the Tommy Boyd show or James Whale? What are you listening to there? You're listening intently, you've even got ears. He's a real listener, isn't he? He's got his eyes shut, but he's listening. He's listening. He's like one of those people that listen to the radio as they go to sleep. Probably botany around here. You've got some almost bluish purple buddleia next to some white buddleia there. And then down here you've got the Rose of Sharon, or Rose of Sharon, or Rose of Sharon, however you want to call it. How did it get its name? You can imagine two flappers walking along the road, one goes to the other. Hey Sharon, are these roses? And the other one says, well, I suppose they are. So afterwards the person overhearing them called them Rose of Sharon, but they are in fact a type of St. John's wort. The Comber-Sue, which is a type of black finch, not unlike a sparrow but black, and you've got all manner of different birds, lovebirds I think, over there, and other sorts of things here. They're not all signposted what they are, because they can fly amongst each other's parts. That's a black-cheeked lovebird, yes, that's up there. And they're making their little dance between the two. Oh, not easy. Oh, this one's got himself a blade of grass and he's flying around with it. Where is he? How to get him nicely on camera. something on this table, then the birds are very quick to line up for it. The staff clean up and the birds don't get a look in. That's the cafe we just ate in. There's a gift shop over there with the... You've got your guy in the gorilla things in the middle of that thing there. People getting... Oh, there's an amphitheatre there. They're going to show amphibians in the amphitheatre at this time. And here's a carousel in the old style, galloping horses. There you are. Okay, enough of that.
On which to look out for any danger that might be lurking around. Now they've got amazing eyesight, and what do you see today? But absolutely brilliant eyesight. What I like to do is look out for anything so they can stand up on there. So I see a nice climb down here, but hopefully you might see something else out in the audience as well. So you can come over, Bob, have a walk up here, you never know. So sometimes people like to fly out and look out for a nice high one for a ball. No, you've never seen such big audience before, so actually what we're going to do is this poor lady here is used to the lookout point. Okay, you ready? Oh wait, wait so loud, Bob can't hear. Are you going to do it? Oh no. Thank you very much. Grab a little. Never mind. This is Bob. Well, what I might try and do is just try and build up some confidence in here. So you might like to think a little bit. Hello, there you go, look at that. Don't really need to hold these up for these birds because they're not really particularly good. They've got nothing to say. So we're going to try and do it again. We're going to see if we can get Bob. Just to try and do this, just try and build up his confidence a little bit. This is his first demonstration. So we've got lots of training with it. What these birds do, they live underground in burrows. Well, have a look at me. Now this is one of the diurnal species now. That means he's not a nocturnal bird at all. He comes out during the daytime. And all they like to do is live with another animal. They just go around to the prairie dog. And what they'll do is live in the prairie dog's burrow, positive space shot tonight. Hang on a second. Oh, dear me. Whilst we've got space, guys, we're not going to ask Bob to thank you. Thank you anyway today. It was the first time I wanted him to do it. So what we might try and do is just show you something else we're going out. You mustn't laugh at Bob as he runs around because he thinks he looks really good. This is how the burrowing owl runs. You see what he's doing? He's actually pouncing on his food. Bob! He's pouncing on his food. He's only run around. Hey, look at that. And this is how they move. They run over the floor. Really quite effectively. Now, I'm making it. Oh, she's cheating. Oh, shit. He's not looking for it. He's going to spook his feet. Now, all my feet out there,
you knew it was a meerkat, yeah. Sorry, cat
in the Kalahari, it's the culture at daytime. Very, very cold at night time. So meerkats need to regulate their temperature. And to do that, like many animals do, they move underground. And they move underground. So I've got some down here by my feet. If you keep your eyes still, in a moment, you may just see a little twitchy nose appearing somewhere. Hello. That belongs to Mara. Mara's an adult female meerkat. And what meerkats are very famous for in Africa is the fact that they live in social groups. And normally what happens is about 20 meerkats, 19 of them are down on the floor for food, while one meerkat is on what we call sentry duty, looking out for danger, doing exactly what Marvin's going to do today. So again, like the burrowing owl and like the prairie dogs, they find a vantage point. They're quite good at over their shot, or they get up nice and quiet and they look around for anything that might want to eat them. Now what their predators But it's fine, she's perfectly adapted to life in the tree. She can climb, jump and balance very easy to do. And so I ask you guys on the yellow benches just to slide along just a little bit for me, because sometimes animals that eat soft food all day up in the trees usually supposed to the toilet. But no, you should be right today. Now, despite the fact she's proximity with the most monkey species, she's very, very agile indeed. She can jump, climb and balance really very easily indeed. It's set marking her territory a little bit there. And look what she uses to move around. Hands and feet which can hold on. That lovely long bushy tail which enables her to balance. See how she flicks it from one side to the other depending on weight. She needs a little bit of extra weight. She can move down head first or tail first if she wants to. And as she's moving down, just looking at where her next jump should be. You can just sit down. Okay, sit down, young man. Forward. And as she's moving around, using the adaptation, eyes on the front of her face enable her to judge this really very easy thing. What she's doing is just rubbing down at the base of the tail on the different post, and that just rolls up the levers in the area that we do use underneath. So, where is that go to? Big jump, do that back. So give her a little round of applause. Very well. Very much. Now, she might have to be easy for because she's only a few feet off the ground. In the Madagascar rainforest, she'd be rated high up with some of the tallest trees that exist there. Now, to make these jumps, she's got things on her body, hands and feet which hold on, eyes on the front of her face. But, if you look at this animal relatives, a primate are monkey-based human beings. Now, sad enough to tell you, beautiful animals are very rare animals indeed. There aren't so many black, white, lovely, death matters now through, maybe through deforestation, cutting down their rainforest home. By coming to the zoo, you can only hopefully enjoy your day out today. You're contributing to the conservation work carried out by the Zoological Society of London. Much of that work revolves around endangered species, and it does include the black, white, lovely, some of which have gone back into reserves in Madagascar, which we're very pleased about. So thank you very, very much for coming to the zoo today. We hope you have a nice day so far. We hope to see you again. Thank you.
Washing and eating its food. Oh, it's drawn a strip off that well enough. There's also a place down here. People appear to be watching them swim. Oh, there it is, they're watching them swim. There's over there. There's the one. Oh, there he is, over there. So they're good swimmers, aren't they? You can see. And they live in Europe and in England too. There they are fighting each other and they're swimming and playing.
There's someone in this place. It's up in here! It's up there! I found them first! Up there! No, I found them first! No, down here! I found them first!
Alright, well, these are popular animals. This is in the Claw rainforest. I don't know what his name was, Charles Claw or something, gave the money for this pavilion of nocturnal animals. Was it golden-headed lion tamarin? Yeah. It's a monkey. It's like he's got a mane like a lion on it, it's your main man. So there he is. There's a little one there. Chap is called Jeffrey's Marmoset. He's kind of russeted body. Not easy to see his face. Are we seeing his face? Yes, we are. Jeffrey's Marmoset.
That's a goatee. Mommy.
Jeffrey's Marmoset. Here he is, enjoying his life here in the zoo. Light zone, which is going to be a challenge to the camera. Of course, you're not allowed to take photographs with flash down there because it would very much upset the animals. But I hope that my camera will be up to filming some of the things without recourse. You can't see what's going on, so there could be, it warns you about pickpockets because you could always get. You have to go down here. Gradually adjust your eyes to the dark. This is quite exciting. I used to love this when I was a kid. They pipe jungle noises through the speakers. Don't get lost, Sophie. Right, so it's now night. This has all the different strata of the rainforest in it. Not exactly that nighty there, but never mind. This is nighty. We've got the Malagasy giant jumping rat here. And you mustn't tap on the glass, just in case you're tempted. They're trying to feed the sloths. There's a sloth there, lying on its back eating what they've given it. So the sloth is in there. This is now too dark to film, but there are bats in there. It's the African bush-tailed porcupine, but you can barely see it moving around, isn't it? I think it's over-tested the tolerance even of this camera, and I have to say it's pretty good, this camera. But there's a pygmy Sclerosaurus, and the camera doesn't really want to focus on him, but you can just about see him. Glass-topped area and quite strong climate control because it's quite humid, as in the real rainforest. Difficult to bear for a protracted period. But here is another one of these areas where the people can get up right close without any barriers and almost touch, although they're not supposed to touch them, but almost touch the animals. Animals like this little chap here, and he could come and see very close to if he wanted to. and there's no barrier between me and him, so I can just, no glass, nothing. What do you think? Oh, his head, poking out of the grey there. This is inside his home, and I can photo right in there. There's another. Yeah. But most impressive here again is the actual slope. I like him. And here you can get a very good. Yeah, I've already taken him. Oh look, there's some grooming going on. More than grooming. Very constructive grooming. He obviously likes larger ladies, that little green male there. No, maybe that is just a baby. Maybe it's more innocent than it looks. I think if it is the baby, he's growing up rather fast by the looks of things. Yes, I think we'll leave that. But very lovely here is the... oh, look at that chap.
Look at that friend.
He's there.
Look at that friend, there.
Somebody there's playing around with his coconut. But I like this best because it reflects my character, Slothful. He's just hanging upside down, he's got two toes, so it's a two-toed sloth. And he is... oh, and there's another one over there, he's walking slowly. They only say hello to each other once a day. If they forget and say it again, and the other one says, I've seen you today already, old bean. Don't you remember? So we've got one over there. And the other one down here. Eating his piece of apple and really making every lick count. Sloths are in no particular hurry to do anything at any particular time, so he's going to eat that piece of apple that most people would eat in about 5 seconds. He's going to spend a good half an hour over it. Because that's his way. He's a gourmet, really. He could write for top fashion magazines about fashionable restaurants and whether their apples are good or bad. He doesn't have to write a report on his activities. He doesn't have to fill in timesheets. He doesn't have to get paid by the piece. And so there he is, just slothing away, just licking away his fruit and enjoying things. And the other one's come up for his daily greeting. So we're going to have a sloth encounter here. That could be interesting. Are you in Estrus, mate? Estrus? That only happens at Easter. Well, no harm in asking. And so he's just hanging there next to his mate. You know, let's just hang together, they say. Let's just hang around. Tell you what, you hanging around here much longer? Oh, I think I'm hanging around here a long time. Well, I'll just squeeze past if you don't mind. I want to hang around over there. I'll just hang a left here. He's racing, isn't he? Look at him go! Look at him go! Isn't that fast? For one of them, that's the equivalent of running for the bus. There you are. You see his hairy backside. This one's called Goldie's monkey. Don't know whether Goldie's gonna Phil? You got dirty glass there, mate. I can't take a very good photo of you. Never mind. Here, of course, that's quite commonly kept as a pet as well, as are these red-bellied piranhas, Serrasalmus natureri, if I remember rightly. Oh, sorry, it's Hydrocentrus here now, so not Serrasalmus anymore. They just change it around every self-disturb so that somebody else can get their name to it. But yes, it's the most vicious of the piranha species, Naturus piranha, or red-bellied piranha. And of course, if they all attack, then because of the sharpness of their teeth, they will be able to strip you to the bone, although the claims made for them are of course rather wildly exaggerated in most cases. There was a case of somebody having a tank of piranhas with a gold ring at the bottom, and it said, it was outside a cinema when the film Piranha was going on, and they said if you can put your hand in and get the ring, you can keep it. And of course one fish keeper who had piranhas himself knew very well that they're fairly docile most of the time, just simply reached in for the shock and ooh-ah of all the people in the crowd, took the ring and kept it. After all, that was the deal, wasn't it? So not quite as interesting as maybe the films make out, but still, I think a beautiful fish in its own right, an interesting shape and pleasant colours. So we've got birds in here as well as the mammals. Get nice and close too. A little bit like the old Snowdon aviary all over. Bullhorn cockroach eating some corn on the cob. So if you want them in your house, just leave the corn on the cob out and there they'll be. Flame neat tarantula there. Some Florida apple snails here, these are the eggs laid outside the water. More egg packets here and here. And there they are. Yes, hello. Hello.